protecting your deposits.
Welcome to Self-Care Tips. I am Irene Joroge. Leaving the house in the morning in good time can be a daunting task, and yet it is something you will want to master if you're on the high road to success. One of the things you need to do is to be prepared. Prepare yourself the night before. Have your phone in one place, have your keys where they should always be, and all the other things that you require, such as documents, notebooks, your wallet, all these things, so that once you're leaving the house, you don't have to think about it. Get up early, have your alarm on, go and prepare yourself, take one last look at yourself, take one last checklist to make sure that you're okay, and once everything is in place, you're ready to leave the house in good time. That way, you'll not be late and you'll not be under any pressure. This has been Self-Care Tips.
The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, in partnership with eCitizen, brings you a self-service platform for management of political parties membership. At the click of a button, you can now check the political party you are registered in as a member, resign from a political party, or join a political party of choice. Simply log into your eCitizen account, select your preferred service, fill in the details, then submit. You will receive a system acknowledgement of your request, and an eCitizen system notification will be issued once the processing is complete. ORPP is committed to serve you to promote political rights in a democratic multi-party system. For more information, visit www.orpp.or.ke or engage us using our handles at ORPP Kenya across social media platforms. Your party, your choice.
My name is Mohamud Ahmed Mohamud, the CEO of Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation, popularly known as KDIC. The corporation recently increased the protected sum from the previous 100,000 shillings to 500,000 shillings per account. This is the highest in sub-Saharan Africa. In effect, the corporation now covers 99% of the depositors in the unlikely event of a closure of a bank. So KDIC encourages the depositors to continue doing business with our banks that are strong and resilient.
Be sure, check out for a KDIC sticker in your banking hall. KDIC, protecting your deposits.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to Easy Friday. My name is Shiksha Arora and this is KBC Channel 1.
All right, and my name is John Kago. We're bringing you up to date with the news that's been shaping up today. A bit later you have the spotlight, but before we look at the spotlight, looking at the stories that's been shaping up today, the Chief Justice, Martha Koome, is directing that cases involving children be expedited. In the next 6 months, they need to be done away with. That counts as music to the ears of so many families who have been in the corridors of justice for so many years. We also look at the campaign trail that's coming up. But later on the spotlight, Shiksha, what do we have?
We've got an African jazz band that just recently won the Afrima Award, which I think is extremely incredible. It's a prestigious award and just makes me very proud to see our local talent just going out there and doing great things. They're called Hornsphere. So we'll be catching up with them and they'll just be telling us how it feels to be an Afrima Award winner.
All right, they'll be here in studio. That's later. But first things first, Shiksha, you have the highlights.
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
Kenya on high alert. New deadly COVID-19 variant scare in South Africa.
We all know what part we need to play. On behalf of national government, I want to assure you that all the resolutions, recommendations for action by national government, we will undertake to ensure that we implement.
The future is bleak. Curtains fall on 7th Devolution conference with calls to address climate change. And the prize gem. Voters cash in as politicians comb the country ahead of the 2022 general election.
All right, welcome back to Easy Friday, our top story of the day, where the Ministry of Health has directed all national and county health facilities to prepare to handle a potential surge of new COVID-19 cases in the country.
Now, this follows an announcement by the World Health Organization of a new COVID-19 variant, a crescent B11529 that carries 32 mutations, which is highly contagious, with the potential for vaccine escape.
The variant has been detected in Botswana, South Africa and Hong Kong. Take a look.
In a statement, Acting Director for Health, Dr. Patrick Amoth, directed health personnel at all points of entry into the country to conduct a rigorous screening of all people arriving from countries that have reported the new COVID-19 variant. He said all inbound travelers must provide physical proof of vaccination prior to entry into Kenya. In addition, they must present a negative COVID-19 PCR test taken 96 hours before arrival into the country. In South Africa, the new heavily mutated COVID-19 variant B11529 is raising concern since it is the most heavily mutated version discovered. So far, the confirmed cases are still mostly concentrated in one province. Direct flights into United Kingdom from South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Lesotho and Eswatini will be suspended until further notice.
The early indications we have of this variant is that it may be more transmissible than the Delta variant, and the vaccines that we currently have may be less effective against it.
Back in Kenya, Dr. Amoth has encouraged all eligible Kenyans to seek vaccination against COVID-19. This comes as the High Court Friday declined to suspend the state's directive requiring anyone seeking person-to-person government services to be fully vaccinated and have proof of immunization by December 21st this year until the case filed is heard and determined.
Nobody said it is mandatory. If you don't want service in the Ministry of Health, don't come. Nobody is saying that you must be vaccinated. No, absolutely not. All I am saying is that if you want to come to my office at Afia House and I've been fully vaccinated and you don't want to try the phone.
Justice Anthony Mrima gave the Ministry of Health 10 days to file their responses in the case, after which an inter-party hearing will be held. The petition was filed by a human rights activist challenging the directive, claiming the 4 weeks window within which an excess of 20 million Kenyans are expected to comply with the directive was too short. Kamchemenza for Easy Friday.
And still bringing to you the latest when it comes to COVID-19 in the country. The COVID-19 positivity rate now stands at 0.8% after 42 tested positive from a sample size of 4,971 screened the last 24 hours. Total confirmed positive cases are now at 254,904 and cumulative tests conducted are over 2.8 million. According to data from the Ministry of Health, fatalities remain at 5,333 as no death was reported in the last 1 day. As of Thursday, November 25th, 2021, more than 6.8 million vaccines had been administered across the country. Globally, data from the Johns Hopkins University shows more than 260 million people have been infected and over 5.1 million have died. All right, moving on. President Uhuru Kenyatta has commended the existing regional cooperation that allows exchange of cadets amongst the East African countries of Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda and Burundi. The president was speaking at the Kenya Defense Academy, Lanet, when he commissioned 320 cadets. He said the arrangement is instrumental in strengthening regional collaboration and cooperation. The head of state urged the officers to strictly adhere to professional ethics as they discharge their constitutional mandate of safeguarding Kenya's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
President Kenyatta tasked the officers joining KDF with specialized skills and unique professional competencies to uphold professionalism in addition to being faithful and true to their oath of allegiance.
Today, you join the ranks of the brave men and women who have answered the call of their motherland by choosing to serve, protect, and defend our nation. You are joining the Defense Forces at a very unique time in our nation's history, when threats to our sovereignty, our territorial integrity, our way of life are abound from both traditional and emerging actors.
The head of state said Kenyans have bestowed their trust in KDF, time when global as well as regional defense and security threats are on the rise. Speaking when he commissioned graduating officer cadets that included general service officers, specialists and special duty officers at Kenya Military Academy in Lanet, Nakuru County, Kenyatta said the Kenya military has undergone the requisite transformation to cope with emerging security challenges and demands.
In response to these, we have ensured that the Kenya Defense Forces has undergone the most consequential years of transformation that Kenya has ever witnessed. Your addition to the ranks today, as part of the continuing human element of that transformation, is clear.
He singled out the enhanced training of KDF officers as one of the areas that have been perfected to safeguard the country from external aggression as well as contribute to regional, continental and global peace.
For those of you joining with specialized skills and unique professional competencies, in addition to being faithful and true to the oath of allegiance that you have just taken, duty also demands of you to discharge your assigned mandate in your respective fields, guided by your professional ethos.
In the quest to continue growing the capacity of the defense forces, President Kenyatta said his administration had established the National Defense University Kenya as an institution of higher learning and national strategic importance, in line with Section 24 of the Universities Act 2012. He said graduating cadets come from the neighboring countries. Strengthened collaboration and cooperation enhances the promotion of Pan-Africanism. Timothy Kipnoso for Easy Friday.
Right now, the 7th annual Devolution conference has come to a close with a rallying call on both levels of government to enhance coordination in the ongoing war on climatic change. Stakeholders have opined that climatic change remains one of the biggest threats to the country's survival, and that there is need to formulate policies that will help avert a global climatic Armageddon.
Counties, the Senate and the national government have been meeting other stakeholders in Makueni County to agree on how Kenya can re-energize her strength in the war on climate change. In the end, counties vowed to place climate change at the heart of policy formulation to help reverse the effects of global warming.
We undertake to ensure that the remaining 41 counties set a climate change fund kitty from their 2021-2022 budget, which is the current. The fund kitty will enable implementation of climate change acts as well as attract funds from the global, multilateral and national funders.
The conference resolved that the national government shall in the next 6 months redesign the national security strategies that facilitate national and sub-national coordination in handling climate change instigated conflicts.
We all know what part we need to play. On behalf of national government, I want to assure you that all the resolutions, recommendations for action by national government, we will undertake to ensure that we implement.
Stakeholders agreed that there is a need to encourage and nurture honest dialogue on climate change in the political discourse in the country.
I would want to see the governors driving in electric cars, not coming with the huge cars that we are driving and polluting the environment in the manner that we are.
Delegates urged political parties to include issues of adaptation and mitigation to climate change in their party and election manifestos.
Even as we hold them accountable on matters climate change, let us interrogate these candidates on matters devolution, and let us ask ourselves, after the founding president of devolution, our next president, who is it that we can trust? Who believes in devolution?
Governors had invited the Deputy President to speak at the close of the conference, but replaced him with the Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa early on Friday. For Prime Edition in Makueni County, I am Edward Kabasa.
In politics, Orange Democratic Movement leader Raila Odinga has asked the electorate in Mount Kenya to embrace unity for the sake of national development. Raila, who met a delegation of Kikuyu and Luo elders in Nyeri County, said prosperity will only be achieved if the country moves together as one.
A year after a section of Kikuyu elders visited Bondo in Siaya County to seemingly cement bonds initiated by President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga's handshake, a delegation of Luo elders visited Nyeri County to reciprocate the gesture.
Wakati tulianza hii safari ya Bondo, hawa watu hawakuwa na sisi wengi na kulikuwa na vita mingi. Nataka kuhakikishia leo Mount Kenya mtu yote anafikiria ako na wewe.
During the cultural event graced by Odinga, Luo and Kikuyu elders exchanged gifts to signify unity of the two communities that have differed politically for decades.
Kijana wetu ambayo tulikuwa tunajivunia kusema ya kwamba tuko na kijana mshupavu, leo mbele yetu amechukuliwa na wenzetu wa Kikuyu.
Raila hailed the elders of the two communities, urging Kenyans to embrace the declaration of unity.
Tunataka kuona kama Wakenya wote wanakuwa kitu kimoja. Hii ndio sababu tumeleta azimio ya umoja. Tunaeneza vitu ya utu, undugu, umoja, usawa na uzalishaji.
Political leaders from Central Kenya, allied to the former Prime Minister, described him as a statesman who has the interest of Kenya at heart.
Ni lazima tukumbuke Bwana Raila alisimama, akasimama na Kibaki, amesimama na Uhuru, na anatuuliza tusimame pamoja.
Na wale walikuwa hawajasema hajapanda mlima, hii ndio peak ya mlima. Hii ndio peak ya mlima. Na mlima baba umepanda.
Raila later met Central Kenya youth and business community on the first day of his 2-day tour of Nyeri County. For Easy Friday, I'm Ben Troy.
All right, now leaders from Mount Kenya have said their resolve to back Deputy President William Ruto for the top seat is unstoppable. The group said they will not be boxed into supporting a specific candidate. In Nyandarua County, the members of parliament said the use of coercive tactics on them will not bear fruits. Now, while addressing locals, Deputy President William Ruto asked Kenyans not to gamble with their votes and support leaders with sound track records.
Nataka nimhakikishie chama yetu ya UDA ni boma yetu na tutachunga naibu wa rais kwa wale wanarusha mawe.
Sisi kama viongozi kwa kujipenda tunasema eti tubadilishe katiba, tujiongezee mamlaka, tujiongezee vyeo, na vijana wa Kenya hawa wanahangaika. Gentlemen, mimi ninasema if there is one priority we must get it right, ni kwamba sio viongozi, ni wananchi, sio positions ya leaders, ni kazi ya hawa vijana ndio ya muhimu. Sasa ati mjumbe wenu anasema ati sisi watu wote milioni 8 tumeunda serikali 2013, tumeunda serikali 2017. Ati sisi hawa watu wote tumekosa mtu ya kutuongoza, mpaka wanaenda kukodesha mtu ya kitendawili ati akuja aongoze sisi.
Moving on, One Kenya Alliance principals have faulted politicians calling for Chief Justice Martha Koome to step down from the National Multi-Agency Consultative Forum on Election Preparedness, saying the judiciary is independent and should be allowed to execute its functions freely. The leaders who toured Bungoma County to drum up support for the alliance said the political outfit has the best formula to deal with the country's economic challenges.
The One Kenya Alliance core principals Musalia Mudavadi of Amani National Congress, Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper, Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya, and Gideon Moi of KANU pitched camp in Bungoma County. The leaders sought to reassure the supporters in the vote-rich western region of their commitment to field a presidential candidate in next year's general elections.
Sisi wanaoka, lengo letu si kukua kwa serikali, lengo letu ni kuunda serikali. Tunaelewana? Kuna tofauti ya kuwa kwa serikali na kuna tofauti ya kuunda serikali. Sisi hapa tunatafuta kuunda serikali.
They also used the opportunity to express support for the judiciary, saying the Chief Justice should be allowed to execute her duties as mandated by the law. Promising a new dawn for Kenya, the OKA principals vowed to deliver a new dawn for Kenya if elected next year.
Wale ambao watafika hapa, pima hawa, mweka hawa kwa ladiri. Sindio? Yiko wengine ambao ukimpatia hata shilingi 10 mweleze ativuke barabara umpatie ndugu yangu itafika. Tunawajua. Mtu hawezi kupatia hiyo utaamini kama aongoza maisha yako.
And we want OKA muichukue seriously. Isiwe kitu cha mzaha. Isiwe watu kutufikiri ati sasa wakiona Kalonzo ati wanafikiri Kalonzo watamchukua. Wakiona Weta watamchukua. Wakiona Gido watamchukua. Wakiona Mudavadi watamchukua. Jirongo watamchukua. Wacha bwana. Tumechoka kuchukuliwa.
They also urged the electorate to exercise sobriety when choosing leaders.
All right, now away from politics, Chief Justice Martha Koome has directed courts to expeditiously clear pending cases involving minors in the shortest time possible. Koome says that most juveniles have been subjected into unjustified torture, undermining their rights. The Chief Justice was speaking at Kamukonji Police Station in Nairobi during the launch of the National Children's Service Month, marked annually in November.
The National Special Task Force on Children Matters and other stakeholders took stock of achievements and shortcomings in administering justice to children involved in criminal cases.
One of the things that the task force did, because it's one of its mandate, was to come up with a training curriculum for all the actors in the justice system.
Some of the children in holding institutions are denied their basic human right of access to education.
Delayed litigation continues to burden the justice system.
As we launch this service month, I give the directive that we use this period to clear pending cases involving and affecting children, to make sure that these cases involving children are concluded within 6 months.
Unaweza kupata mashahidi hawajakuja kotini. Mara nyingi tunataka kusikiza kesi za watoto wakati wa shule zimefungwa. So unaweza ukaona ikiwa ilikuwa imewekwa mwezi wa 4, alafu pengine mashahidi wakose siku hiyo, itabidi iwekwe mwezi wa 8.
So far, a backlog of 6,000 cases has been cleared since the introduction of Children's Service Week program in 2016. Chief Justice Martha Koome says a survey done in 2019 showed 4 out of 5 children put in holding institutions had not committed any crime.
This means that the judiciary, as the custodian of justice, has subjected 96% of children to a life that they should not have encountered in the first place. I take this opportunity to encourage my colleagues in the judiciary to use incarceration of children as a matter of last resort.
Lack of data on children whose parents have been arrested further makes it difficult to offer them necessary assistance.
How do we track the children? For example, Leila and Natasha. What if we had a system where if a parent is arrested, there's a place where that data goes? That child will be followed. She will not suffer what they have suffered.
The judiciary plans to establish court user committees, provision of legal aid for children in conflict with the law, among other strategies to strengthen the justice system. Kamche Menza for Easy Friday.
Now, performance in public sector organizations can only be improved through effective stakeholder management, information sharing and collaboration. Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Director Dr. Naim Bilal says engagements have enabled various public sector organizations to network, thus improving service delivery. He was speaking after a 2-day training for senior managers from the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation National Authority for the campaign against drug abuse, Mombasa. This was organized by Peterson Communication Limited, whose managing director Peter Mutie said improvement in performance and service delivery by communication is rather effective.
Matters of the validity or lack of validity of the expectations of stakeholders. The point to make is that our interaction with stakeholders will invariably, whether you're in the public or private sector, impact the success or failure of our business or our public service duty in terms of service delivery.
Stakeholder management, as we know it now, is actually a constitutional requirement. Article 10 requires that you must involve people, your stakeholders, in what you're doing. If you don't do that, your activities can be nullified. And so there are various aspects of stakeholder management that corporate leaders need to sharpen, and that is the focus of our training. We look at issues to do with the engagement of stakeholders, mapping them so that you don't leave important stakeholders outside your action plan, communicating with them through various specialized communication skills.
All right, and with that, it's time to take our first commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go too far. We've got a lot in store for you. Business coming up with John Kago.
I'll be taking that, and of course, Marakwet Express. That's currently bet a bit late, and sports and spotlight late.
Absolutely.
So stick around.
The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties is a model regulator of political parties mandated to register political parties, regulate political parties, and administer the Political Parties Fund, ORP.
Lord, imagine the selfie I posted 30 minutes ago. It has now 9 likes.
Tito Mjuanjuku nasikiza, there's something called blood.com. Respect it.
Do you pay school fees like the rest of us?
Of course, yes! ORPP is committed to serve you to promote political rights in a democratic multi-party system.
Ili kupata sikiza tuni hii ya cha muhimu maishani, bonyeza *811*962#.
Cha muhimu maishani si kuishi tu. Cha muhimu maishani ni mchango wetu katika kuboresha maisha yetu na wengine.
Ili kupata sikiza tuni hii, cha muhimu maishani, bonyeza *811*962#.
Class, I hope you've given her a warm welcome. This is Magdalene Chepkoech. She's our new student.
They have mwalimu hata wamenitengenezea simu. Kinyanjui. Are you sure you know all those things?
Who do you think you are talking to? Kenyaju's online shop will bring it to her.
Julia, you cannot believe what just happened. Lord, imagine the selfie I posted 30 minutes ago. It has now 9 likes.
Tito Mjuanjuku nasikiza, there's something called blood.com. Respect it.
Do you pay school fees like the rest of us? Of course, yes!
Then sit down like the rest of us.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
It's been 4 years since she retired from active politics. She has remained actively involved in her other passion, agriculture. Lying on this 300-acre parcel of land is a beautiful plantation of tea, coffee, and she also rears livestock. She is a trailblazer in women's rights advocacy, a woman of many fasts, and an award-winning icon. Join us this Saturday as we sink into the world of Honorable Zipporah Kitonyi, a former nominated senator and member of parliament. It is going to be legendary.
Iani. Iani.
She is turning 19. I am tired of you saying you're trying to change, but you actually don't. I was young and angry.
Now I'm young and angry. That man is not my father.
Ukishajua kenye unataka, ujue nitafute.
You may have fooled mom, but not me.
Is that why you are here?
Yes.
Do you practice what you preach?
They recently won the Afrima Awards 2021 as the best group in African jazz. The collective sounds of their new EP describe African heritage, love, growth, culture, expression, uniqueness, and togetherness. The Hornsphere band will be live and it's gonna be lit. Only on Easy Friday with Shiksha Arora, right here on KBC Channel 1.
Welcome to Business. I am Cynthia Nyamai. Skilled workers in informal sector who did not attend any school will from next year have an option to be certified under the initiative by the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Education and Training. Principal Secretary Margaret Makima says the plan aims at empowering experienced and skilled manpower in the Juakali sector to help them secure jobs in the formal sector.
The Vision 2030 is the country's long-term development blueprint whose aim is to transform Kenya into an industrialized, globally competitive and prosperous upper middle-class economy.
When you look at where we want to go, all the aspirations that Vision 2030 holds, it holds for the Kenyans and not for us as individuals or drivers of different institutions.
However, with less than a decade to go, there are calls for a more inclusive approach to address them.
9 years can be a very long time. It can also be a very short time. I think we all can achieve a lot in 9 years, but we also can find ourselves not having moved at all. So I think there is still hope, and there is also, more importantly, a lot to sherehekea on.
Kenya has made progress in development and modernization of infrastructure, energy generation and supply, urbanization, devolution of services, as well as modernizing services. However, the slow pace of implementation has been a concern. The Vision 2030 Delivery Board says inadequate funding, costly and frequent litigation, as well as high costs and delays in land acquisition are some of the challenges slowing implementation of flagship projects.
Strong cooperation must be built upon principles and values and a shared vision to what is needed more than ever now as we recover from the tough pandemic of C-19.
The Vision 2030 Delivery Board is calling for political goodwill to enhance funding and stakeholder engagement for effective implementation. Regina Manyara reporting for Easy Friday.
Now, funding challenges, costly and frequent litigation on projects, high cost of resettlement of projects affected persons, and delayed in land acquisition procedures are some of the challenges slowing implementation of Vision 2030 flagship projects. Vision 2030 Delivery Board Chair Jen Karuku says there is a need for continued political goodwill at the national and the county levels to fast-track implementation of flagship projects. The government is set to begin distribution of 60 metric tons of seeds to be used for commercial tree production. The Kenya Forestry Research Institute-led initiative seeks to use commercial forestry to push Kenya's forest cover to 10%. KEFRI is working to develop technical strategies and frameworks to ensure provision of improved tree seeds for commercial purposes. Here are the details of this and other stories in our corporate briefs.
Kenya has a 7.2% forest cover, which is below the UN recommended minimum of 10%. The government is now looking to commercialize tree production in efforts to boost forest cover. KEFRI aims to produce 2 billion seedlings every year. Government officials say KEFRI stores now have 60 metric tons of seeds, which will be used for commercial purposes. KEFRI said it will continue monitoring market and trade in forest products with the aim to place Kenya in good ecosystem position.
We shall continue monitoring markets and trade in forest products, and now we can position this country in this particular ecosystem, strengthening collaboration with project and financing institutions who are here to ensure that we develop products which can be financed in the forest sector. Improve our seed production and processing and quality systems to ensure the best seed qualities are available to our stakeholders.
Meanwhile, women in business have been urged to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is poised to generate potential gains of up to $450 billion. The Organization of Women in International Trade says the infrastructure and policy environment is being improved to ensure women, who make up over 70% of cross-border traders, can conduct their business with ease across the continent. Stakeholders say there is need to focus on Africa investment opportunities while creating an opportunity for women entrepreneurs and business leaders to meet with investors.
Through our chapters, through partners on the ground, because they know the women on the ground. The international office sits in Washington, but we have people on the board from different parts of the country.
Finally, Air Tanzania has resumed double daily Kenyan flights amid renewed trade relations. Air Tanzania landed at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Friday, resuming daily flights between the two East African neighbors. The arrival marks the start of carrier's double daily Dar es Salaam to Nairobi route operations. The restart of this route has been prompted by improved bilateral relations and increased trade between the two countries. Kenya's imports from Tanzania doubled to 20.5 billion in the first half of this year on good trade relations.
This just shows the growing relations, great relations that we have now between Kenya and Tanzania to foster good relations, because it's through these relations that we can start growing other sectors with business, between people relations, and this is to me is a manifestation of that.
Reporting for Easy Friday, I am Teresa Mutai.
Well, that's it for business. Up next, sports with Karen Kibet.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email newsroom@kbc.co.ke, call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Kama ni raha kuona mmoja, basi tafakari kuwaona wawili. Mie na pacha wangu tutaendesha meli ya Dira ya Magwiji kuanzia Jumamosi hii tarehe 27 mwezi Novemba katika KBC Channel 1. Usikose.
It's been 4 years since she retired from active politics. She has remained actively involved in her other passion, agriculture. Lying on this 300-acre parcel of land is a beautiful plantation of tea, coffee, and she also rears livestock. She is a trailblazer in women's rights advocacy, a woman of many fasts, and an award-winning icon. Join us this Saturday as we sink into the world of Honorable Zipporah Kitonyi, a former nominated senator and member of parliament. It is going to be legendary.
Welcome back to Easy Friday. It's now time for us to take a look at what's making headlines in the world of sports. My name is Karen Kibet. Now, the national men's rugby sevens team Shiksha lost their opening match of the HSBC Dubai Sevens to USA after a 14-7 loss in their Group B match opener. They started the match on a high tempo and took the lead through Steven Tomansin, who scored a try and converted to give the Americans a 7-0 lead at halftime. Kenya scored a try through Herman Humwa, but USA added another try through Logan Tago, which was converted by Tomansin to make it 14-7. Shiksha will next play against Argentina this afternoon before playing against Spain later in the day.
Daniel Tabu. Well, a couple of points of note there, Dallin. How about the pace from Tabu?
went around Nyeri, but then Perry Baker reels him from nowhere. The veteran USA star gets him down, but then gives away the penalty. Lucky to still be on the pitch. Normally in this situation you would be yellow carded. Didn't happen.
The 13th edition of the African Masters Athletics Championship entered its second day at Nyayo National Stadium. Corley Francis and Kang Sylvie won the men's and women's 60-meter race after clocking 8.12 seconds and 15.98 seconds respectively. They were followed by Ntampera Kassian, who timed 9.76 seconds, while Morali Said settled for third position. In the 400-meter race, Mukoswa Sabine emerged victorious, clocking 62.85 seconds, while Wandia Charity and Najat Benhaj Slimane finished second and third in 73.1 seconds and 1 minute 49.66 seconds respectively. The championship, which has attracted participation of close to 200 athletes, is set to culminate tomorrow.
To the young athletes, what I would like to say is that they should really work hard so that they achieve the best.
Kuendeleza hii tunataka tuonyeshe vijana kwamba hata kwa uzee age is no barrier.
Na next year tunajiunga timu ya kwenda World Cup huko Finland. Nzuri kwa relay ni kumasikizano na mpaka muwe na upendo, you work together as a team.
Na nidhamu, uwe na nidhamu ya juu na uwe na uhaki, yani uwe na hali ya utakatifu.
Former Kenya Premier League champions Gor Mahia arrived in Congo today ahead of the awaited first leg of the CAF Cup playoff match against AS Otoho. The match is to be played on Sunday at the Alphonse Masembe Dibar Stadium in Brazzaville.
Kenyan giants Gor Mahia arrived today in Congo ahead of their continental assignment against Otoho set for Sunday. The squad is expected to have its final training session at the Alphonse Masembe Dibat Stadium tomorrow evening. Despite having a deficiency of players, Gor Mahia's British coach Mark Harrison has promised to field a strong squad for the encounter, with the return fixture slated for 5th December at the Nyayo National Stadium. Meanwhile, Tusker FC, who host Tunisian outfit Sfaxien also on Sunday, are viewed as underdogs ahead of the match as they hope to make it to the group stage of the competition.
When you lose the game, that's where you learn your mistakes and you can correct on that, where you can come up, be stronger. So we are building from what happened to us. It's behind our back, but our mistakes, we have been working on them. And see, we are doing finishing, we are doing defending. That's what we have been doing, so we are working for that one.
The team has been training well. We have gotten enough time to prepare for this coming important game. The mood in the camp is positive. Guys are looking forward to the game on Sunday.
This is due to Kenyan team's recent struggles in continental assignments when paired with North Africans.
Kenyan sensational tennis player Angela Okutoyi has been crowned Africa Under-18 champion after winning a gold medal in the Africa Junior Under-18 Championship in Sousse, Tunisia. A brilliant player beat Moroccan Aya Al-Oni to secure the African title. Okutoyi had reached her first final in 12 tournaments by defeating unseeded 15-year-old Moroccan Malak Alami 6-3, 6-2 on the outdoor hard courts of El Cantoy.
Well done.
And finally, after an impressive debut performance as Aston Villa manager in the English Premier League, Steven Gerrard, in his second game at the helm, will see his side travel to Patrick Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park Stadium tomorrow. This will be one of the 10 Premier League matches on the card this weekend as league matches resume after European club competitions. There will be plenty of action also in Italy, France, Germany and Spain. For this and more, here's a look at our weekend sports diary. And that's all the sports news we had for you this easy Friday. Do have yourself a peaceful night. My name is Karen Kibet, but the broadcast is not yet over, as I do hand you back to Kago and Shiksha.
All right, thank you, Marakwet Express. Karen Kibet, good order that. You can expect a lot of sporting activities over the weekend. I'm about to get out of the studio and leave Shiksha, Arora. It's going to be a Jersey kind of evening.
Absolutely. Hornsphere, you can hear them?
Yeah.
Can we hear the boys, please?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, man.
All right. That and much more is what you're going to be seeing in the next few minutes. So make sure you stay right here. Don't go too far. Hornsphere, remember, just recently won the Best African Jazz Group at the Afrima Awards, which I believe is huge. It's a big deal. So let's support our boys. Make sure you're tuned in and get your questions in on #EasyFriday on Twitter. If you want to see them perform live in action, that's exactly what they'll be doing. And I'll be asking them all the questions that you want to know. If you want to know more about them, come back. We'll be here.
Yeah, I love jazz, so I'll not go too far. I think I'll just be behind the scenes enjoying the show.
You can be a background dancer.
Do you really? Jazz is just sit back and relax and enjoy, right? Don't you? All right, there you go. All right. Good night. See you next Friday. So long, everybody.
My name is Nyeri, Lake Lily, and I'm a wildlife warrior.
This dry landscape is home to an animal that is revered all around the world.
I love lions because many people think that lions are dangerous, but lions are not dangerous actually.
So far we found a footprint of hyenas and leopard on this riverbed, but we haven't yet seen any signs of lions.
Lions are actually disappearing in the world. If nothing will be done in Kenya actually, I think we'll be losing lions in the next 20 years.
Class, I hope you've given her a warm welcome. This is Magdalene Chepkoech. She's our new student.
They have mwalimu hata wamenitengenezea simu. Kinyanjui. I swear you know all those things.
Who do you think you are talking to? Kenyaju's online shop will bring it to her.
Julia, you cannot believe what just happened. What? Imagine the selfie I posted 30 minutes ago. It has now 9 likes.
Tito Mjuanjuku nasikiza. There's something called blood.com. Respect it.
Do you pay school fees like the rest of us?
Of course, yes.
Then sit down like the rest of us.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
This is Who Won.
In the fine areas, want to issue out a challenge to the Contra unit, but we accept. But it's going to be 4 on 4. Let me introduce you to a man, a pit fighter who has fought in the slums of Singapore.
turning 19. I am tired of you saying you're trying to change, but you actually don't.
I was young and angry.
Now I'm young and angry. That man is not my father.
Ukishajua kenye unataka, kuja nitafute.
You may have fooled mom, but not me.
Is that why you are here?
Yes.
Do you practice what you preach?
The young people are sending smoke signals. We've not used them in a while. And so it's a bit confusing. But they're actually sending signals that all is not right.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. And that is why we are so taken aback by it.
So what you're saying is the schools are burning because our homes are burning.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just that we've been so pacified. And I say this, unfortunately, even when we need to speak about things, we don't.
Yeah.
Because we've been routined to keep quiet. You know, when the boss says stand, you stand. When they say sit, you sit.
Yes.
These young guys are not from that school of thought.
Let's go. Tengeka, man tengeka. Sakata rumba leo ni kuchachisha. Tengesha, girl tengesha. Cheni kwa cheni kesho usha safisha. Twende right one step. Twende left one step. Do the walk, 1, 2 times. Turn around, don't say. Twende right one step. Twende left one step.
Labo miaka mingi ananiambia bado hata sisikia vibaya. Sisikia vibaya. Nimeshinda nikiomba kaliko nimeshinda nikiomba kaliko nimeshinda nikiomba kaliko labo miaka mingi ananiambia bado hata sisikia vibaya. Hata sisikia vibaya. Akanisho rudi studio ukota kado before you call Jones to be in your video. Hata sisikia vibaya. I'm sure you just give me 1 year. I'll be rocking shows from the front to the rear. Don't know where she gave me that chance to Leah. Taniomba lift in my private Leah. And you don't nimesikia vibaya. Siku hizi mindi unanyima na kola. Nimepanda be, nimepanda kwa. Wacha wasikie vibaya. Wacha wasikie vibaya. Sasa mimi don number 1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Shikisha kama bebe isili na washikisha na mancheve baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Oh, wacha wasikie vibaya. Wacheke na wewe wakutakie mabaya. Kwangu kila laheri, Mungu wangu halali. Wakidhani tafeli nazidi hadi Ulaya. Napiga luku na swag hadi retire. Najaza buku kwa dendri begi ni fire. Nipate mwisho wa mwezi cheki ni wire. Napiga picha selfie kwa benki na sina haya. Chama cha jiuza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Nywele paka mafuta ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Marini ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, Henry ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Sasa mimi number 1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Shikisha kama bebe washikisha na manjeve baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya.
Majina noma tu kwenye IG, hazifanani tu kwenye ID. Wanajifanya katuma VIP na mtaani ni ma-IDP. Wanachocha sana kwenye Insta, Snapchat ama Twitter. Deli wako club wakata maji na keja yake ilikatwa maji. Wakipanda ndege tu ma-selfie, wameshinda mpaka wale wasafi. Wanatumix group kama kafi na daily morning kama shafi. Wanajichocha, 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 hawana kitu wanajichocha.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad for this award. Nothing would have been possible without them. I'd like to thank God for making me able enough that I'm able to play the saxophone so well that I've bagged the best artist, duo or group in African jazz at the Afrima Awards. And that's the speech, not me. Yeah, I don't know how to play the saxophone. But the gentlemen who are in studio right now, their names are the Hornsphere, absolutely talented. You're gonna hear it for yourself and then you can be the judge. They just won themselves this award, not just for themselves but for the country, for Kenya, and I think that in itself is just amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, before anything, I think it's time you get to witness their talent right here on Easy Friday. It's KBC Channel 1. Talk to us on #Easy Friday and tell us where you're watching from. And of course, give these boys your congratulatory messages. The men, I think that's what we call them, not boys, let's call them men, because what they've done, boys don't do, only men do, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yes, so let's hear them and let's see how talented they are. The Hornsphere.
1, 2, 3, go.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, I have to ask, how long have you guys been together? Because the way you're synchronized, it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time to grow your art and of course your skills to reach where you are today that's got you an award. So how long do you guys practice? How long have you been together as a band, Eric?
We've been together for like 1 year 2-3 months.
That's it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so next question. When did you guys start playing the saxophone? How old were all of you?
Okay. Okay, for me, I've played the saxophone for now 9 years.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Babu?
I was in high school. I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Danso?
For me, it's like 6 years back in high school.
6 years. Yeah. 6 years. How old are you now? I'm just like, when did you start?
21.
So you started when you were only...
Yeah, Form 2.
Wow, amazing. What about you?
Mine was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay, and like, how did you guys meet? I'd love to know that. What brought you guys together, Eric?
Yeah, we met at it was a worship experience,
okay,
or rather a concert by Evelyn Wanjiru.
Okay.
So it's called Praise Atmosphere.
Right.
She usually holds it every year.
Yeah.
So that's where we met, the 4 of us. So I think Danso and Babu had played together for a while, and King Ori.
Okay.
But personally, I had not played with them. So it was my first time meeting them during that production.
Interesting.
Yeah, so from that, the sound was really good, and we thought we can take it to the next level. Yeah.
Absolutely, and you really have.
Yes.
You know, when you guys were up there, when you won the Afrima Award, what was going on in your head at that particular point in your life where you were like, wow, I'm standing right here. You know, this isn't just a Kenyan award, it's a Pan-Africa award, the most prestigious one in Africa. Like, what were your thoughts, King Ori?
For me, I would just remember the journey that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Eric is like our big brother.
Okay.
So the song that took us there was written by Danso.
Wow, talented young man.
But when we were recording, we had let him down several times. He had tried setting up a studio session, and we were like giving excuses, what. And Eric, he's been tough on us as a big bro, but it's good, because if he hadn't been tough on us at that point, I don't think we would have, started recording the music and working with the producer and getting the music out. Yeah. So probably we would not have been even nominated for Afrima.
Yeah, I mean, these are the things that you think about, right? Tell us about your song. He said that you wrote it, Danso. So I didn't know that, you could actually write as well.
Yeah, about Dance, it's a song that I wrote last year during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, during that period, nikiwa home, then I was like trying to use the FL Studio, then I tried to put some elements, and I was creating melodies. Then that one came, I notated it, then I came in one of the rehearsals, we shared the idea, they liked it, they started putting their own ideas, Kimba put his, King Ori put his, and collectively
amazing
it became Dance.
Wow.
Yes.
Such a beautiful story. So Babu, tell me about your experience, being a part of this lovely band, and you said that you've also been playing for quite some time.
Yeah.
So how did you learn how to play the saxophone? First, I want to know, because I've always been so amazed by saxophone players, because it takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just one
Thank
of
you
those,
for acknowledging.
Yes. It's not just one of those
So we are
easy,
stronger than
everybody else. You really are, because it takes strength, firstly, because like a piano player who just use their hands, but you're using your entire muscles of your face, and it's a lot of work.
Yes,
so how did you learn? Where did you grasp the technique from?
I was in high school, Pumwani Boys High School. Big up Pumwani Boys. Yeah, I was with Danso. So we were doing music as a subject.
Okay.
And so our music teacher used to encourage us to learn these instruments, like saxophones, trumpets, and everything. Yeah, and I remember we used to miss break time, and we just go and learn the instruments by ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah, and the sacrifice was more, and yeah.
So you learned it by yourself?
Yeah.
There was no one to teach you?
No one.
So wait, by yourself you mean Google?
No.
YouTube?
No, okay. But we had former classmates.
Oh,
like the ones that were ahead of us.
Right.
They used to guide us.
Interesting. Wow. These days they say that the internet is the best teacher. That's what I thought. But sometimes, like, for such a intricate and complicated instrument, I feel like there's a lot of training that you require. How many hours do you guys practice? on a day-to-day basis, Eric?
I won't lie that I rehearse every day, personally, but in every week I need to set like around 4 to 5 hours to learn something new. But if you're beginning to play the sax when you're starting, you need to practice more. Actually, sax is just a general skill, like riding a bicycle, like driving. When you're driving, when you go to driving school and you have that L on the car, you need to practice more for it. Once you get it, it's now the highway that you'll be using that will be the challenge. Maybe if you go to another to states and you're driving on the left side, on the right side, maybe that you'll have to now to learn. So it won't be as hard as you grow, but I usually prefer, it's very good for you to practice regularly. And what has really assisted us is we usually have band rehearsals. Actually, we have less of individual rehearsals, but we have band rehearsals because we have gigs almost every week. And for every gig, we have to have a unique sound. So it makes us go to studio and rehearse.
Interesting. So like, for example, if you go to a concert or you have a gig, as you said, and a client tells you, we want you to play these many songs, and they give you the requests, how long does it take for you guys to learn those?
You can tell us a song now and we'll play for you now.
How? Should I test you guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, something by Ed Sheeran.
So.
Anything.
Perfect.
Perfect, yes, go for it.
Let King Ori shine on that.
Okay, fine. Kingori. Wow! That was amazing. So you can just play a song.
As long as we know that song.
Okay.
If you've ever heard it.
If you've heard it, you can play it.
Yeah.
So if you've heard it, you can play it.
Yes.
How does that work? Because like I know, for the piano, for the violin, like you need to learn the notes, you need to learn the keys, right?
That's classical.
Yeah. So
okay, wait, what were classical? Okay, as we really focus on building our ears.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main objective of impromptu music.
Right.
So that when you hear a song, you try to understand why it was created rather than playing it because you can see it and play it. But you try to understand what was this producer trying to achieve, what was Ed Sheeran trying to achieve, and you try to give that feeling in an instrumental way. So that one you just have to use your ears.
Basically, so if you're a good listener,
you
can be a good saxophonist.
Yes.
Right?
So we are good, strong, good listeners.
Ladies, Miss Kia. Every lady wants a good listener to be her partner. They're right here. So you send your CVs. Talk to me nicely. I'll sort you out. So, Danso, I heard you humming. Do you sing as well?
I used to sing back then.
Okay.
In choirs.
Because I can see that you had an accident. You said unfortunately you can't play the saxophone today. So maybe you sing for us.
I play the trumpet.
You play the trumpet as well?
Yeah. No, it's playing. Okay, in Hornsphere.
Yes.
I play the trumpet.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So this guy is multi-talented, eh?
Yes.
He's a writer. He can sing. He plays the trumpet.
He also plays saxophone. So.
Wow. So it's like a full musical package.
Jack of all trades.
Aish.
He plays everything.
Absolutely love it. Right, tell me about your stories. I want to know your backgrounds. Where did you come from? Eric, let's start with you. Did you always know that music is the journey that you would like to embark on in your life?
So personally, Afrima was really big to me personally because I come from Kapsabet, but I was born and raised in Keses in Eldoret.
Right.
Mo University uko ndani.
Wait, they're just runners,
Yeah.
right? Athletes.
Yeah, but you see my body, I can't run. Anyway, so we I used to listen to a lot of radio. My dad used to have this nice radio stereo. I still have it. I stole it from home. So at that moment I used to listen to Akina Nameless, Akina Ron Kenoli, Akina Don Moen, and I used to say one day I'd want to understand what these guys are doing.
Right.
So during that journey, I came to Nairobi to school in campus and also work. So with that, I've been a Nairobi generally musician for like now 6 years.
6 years
in the industry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but my home is Eldoret.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Babu? Tell me about your high school. Did you always know that music is something that is going to be part and parcel of your life when you grow up?
Let's say I just ignored it when I was in primary school.
Okay.
I used to listen to rumba with my dad. He used to have the cassettes in his house. And also my mom, the classical, the soul music and everything. So when I joined high school, I started taking it seriously. Concerning the instruments themselves, these instruments were famous from way back then.
Right.
So I kind of related to what is there and what is happening, and I translated it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about you, Dan? So tell me, I mean, we know that you love music wholeheartedly. So, as a teenager, as a child, what inspired you to go out there and pursue your passion further?
Actually, in high school or primary, I was drawing. That's the thing I used to do kutoka nikuwe mtoi.
Okay.
Like my natural ability was just drawing.
Yes.
But when I reached high school, I saw musicians and this thing looked fun, and I just loved it from there. There were people playing saxophones, there were trumpets.
Yeah.
Then at that moment, by the time I'm in Form 2, I realized that I love music more than art.
Amazing.
So that's when I chose music over art.
Okay. What about you, Kingori?
For me, I'll say my parents started me off a bit earlier with piano classes, but by then it was just a hobby. So just do it to pass the time. They bought me a keyboard, but now when I went to high school, as we were choosing subjects, I saw music. I don't even remember choosing the other subject.
You didn't remember anything else that you chose. It was just the music.
And my parents were like, okay, just to do it. So there were these two saxophonists in our school. I remember them by name, Miles Waira and Baraka Mokisha. Wherever you are, you guys helped.
Inspired me.
Yeah, they inspired me. Because now they had this rivalry.
Okay.
For us, we are brothers. We love each other.
Yeah.
But them, they used to fight with the sax.
Okay.
So he would play something, he would try and play it better like that. And I was like, these guys are so cool.
Yeah,
so
you like that.
I learned from them.
Love it, love it. You've mentioned something that's very interesting. You said your parents supported you. You said that they were like, okay, cool, choose music because that's what you love to do. But I don't think many people are that lucky, especially in Kenya. Our parents believe that the only way to be successful is if you have a white-collar job, so if you're a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, right? So music, it's not your usual, not your conventional way of making money, right? And of course, not your conventional career path. So was there any times where your parents were just like, why music? Why not do something else? Why not become a doctor?
Yeah.
Babu, tell us. You seem like you're relating to my question.
Yeah, at some point my mom used to question me, why nilikupeleka shule usome and you're just doing music? What's wrong with you? She is watching. There was some point I used to be questioned, and even at my grades I used to perform
poorly.
Yes, well in music. Sorry. I used to perform well in music. So
only?
I was not only music, but music.
It's okay, you can say. I know you want to say it. Mom is watching, it's fine, she knows.
So I used to be questioned. I was there no, music is not the only way to go.
Yes.
So I decided I'm going to prove you people wrong.
Ah, love it, love it. And here we are today.
Yes.
You know, doing what we love. Not just, you know, showing our talent here in Kenya, your talent in Kenya, but like you showed the entire Africa your talent, the entire continent. So you should be very proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
And I'm sure your mom also, you know, she's watching and she's so proud of you. Not just your mom, but all your parents.
Yes.
They really now just see that their children are superstars.
Yeah.
Right? What did your parents say when you won the award? Excitement?
Yeah, they were so happy.
Yeah?
Mine, they were proud. I'd say they are proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah,
for me, it was actually my mom's birthday.
Okay.
So it was like the perfect
birthday gift to her. How sweet. Amazing. Just to say, yeah, musicians, by the way, are the most romantic people. So let me ask you guys, mko romantic, ama?
Hey, si manze.
Why not?
Ko romantic amwezi tufikia.
Yeah, do you ever like decide that I'm going to like vibe with this girl and I'm going to like, you know, win her heart by playing the saxophone? Have you done that ever? You can just say yes or no, it's okay.
Yeah, yes, I've done that
done
once. Yes, I've done that once.
Did it work out?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, okay. I like the confidence. That confidence is what we need in life. You know what I mean? Yeah? I know, I'm sure I could tell. Like, you know, Eric especially. Right, so let's talk about, you know, the fact that you guys, you've just won an award, okay? What next? What comes next? I'm sure you guys you said you're busy every week, you've got gigs planned every week, but what next in terms of music? Do you want to create your own music? Do you want to perform, you know, have a concert? What's next for Hornsphere?
We're planning to do our album.
Oh,
yes,
interesting.
We had released our EP, now we're planning on recording our album. So we're in the process of, but okay, I think we'll start tentatively in January because currently we are really, our time is really
limited.
tight. Yeah, at the moment we are planning to do as much as gigs as we can, just to push our EP, our Shere EP that we released in August, just to give the awareness out there. The main objective is to show people that instrumental music can also communicate.
It does. I believe so as well. In fact, for me, instrumental music communicates better than, you know, just a song that you hear on the radio, right? Because I feel like there's just so much emotion to it.
Thank you.
And like you feel it.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
You really feel it. So I'm going to request a song because I feel like I can, right? So another one. Okay. My favorite singer is Rihanna. Can you play a Rihanna song? Kingori. Every time there's a request, everyone looks at Kingori.
Tell me, it's all.
Oh, okay, Eric. Umbrella, yes. I feel like you guys have got your biggest fan right here because I'm really enjoying this. This is so much fun. Like, do you guys just sit around, you know, randomly, you're vibing, and you're just like, okay, you sing, I mean, you play this, you play this. Do you have such sessions where you just vibe with each other?
Yeah.
Just have like, you know, fun moments where you're not really rehearsing as such, but you're just enjoying the fact that you can all really play the saxophone very well.
But we actually enjoy playing together. Sometimes we start playing together. When we look at the time, it's 3 hours is gone.
Wow, that's how much fun you have.
Yeah, we realize, Kingori says, I need to go back home.
But I'm the one who normally has to leave.
Okay.
I'm the farthest.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think the reason why I feel like you guys, you work so well is because you're not just working together, but you're also friends, right? So I feel like that really helps. So in the beginning, how did you guys connect with each other? Like, or was it just seamless and natural? Did you ever have problems? Did you have a fight in the beginning? Because obviously it's the truth, right? Whenever you meet someone new and you work with them for the very first time, nothing is going to be rosy. You will have ups and downs. Like everybody else, nobody's perfect. So did you ever have instances where you were just like, no, we should split, this is it?
Okay, maybe I can.
Such challenges.
Let me start with that.
Yes.
Personally, when I started Hornsphere, actually I'm the one who came up with that idea.
You should split.
No, we should create the group.
Okay.
We should create the group. But now, for me, I was in the industry for a while.
Yes.
So I thought when I joined the industry, I didn't have anyone to guide me on how to do things, where to play, where not to play, how to carry out, how to present yourself. So I thought, let me just try and mentor other people. So when I tried engaging these guys, I think at some point they didn't trust me because I was offering a lot of things. I think one answer, let me say, there's something this guy is trying to take advantage of. But at that point, then we had some. That's when now we had a point where if it can't, it can't. If it can, it can. And we decided to go through the road of it can. So.
All right. Maybe I feel like sometimes when you have such challenges, they really just make you become even closer as a unit, right? Now let's talk about challenges since we are discussing this topic. As a band, did you ever have any financial constraints, or you didn't know where to get funds from to progress and of course develop your talent further? Were there any setbacks as such?
I would say we've had some issues, but God has always provided for us.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Eric said, we are only 1 year and a few months old, so we had to sacrifice a lot when we started. It was during COVID.
Yes.
There were no gigs.
Okay.
No festivals, no events.
That was like the biggest constraint, biggest challenge for every artist.
Exactly. And that's when we started. That's when we started recording. That's when we started rehearsing. Every week. So definitely you're spending, but there's nothing coming.
Yes.
Yeah. But we believed in the dream.
And here you are today.
Here we are.
There's something else. We pray a lot.
You pray a lot.
Yeah. We pray.
Wow, I
actually,
like to hear that.
it's
Your faith is very strong.
It's God who has brought us here.
And I mean, he also mentioned that he was in the choir and something about church. One of you said that you were in church and you used to.
We're still there actually.
Yes, you're still a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you play at church.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Every Sunday.
Not necessarily every Sunday, because maybe some weekends we normally do have gigs. So but I do play in church.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So so now let me ask you this question: in 5 years, where do you guys see yourself? He said you want an album. What else? What else do you expect from Hornsphere?
Grammy.
Hey, Grammy.
Yes.
You must manifest. Say it right now. Say it to the universe.
Grammy has to come home, man.
It will come.
It will.
It must come.
It will.
Amen.
All right, then you come
There's
back
no
here.
other option.
There's no other option. Then I'll interview as well after you've got that Grammy. So,
of course.
Don't forget me.
We'll go with you.
Take me with you. Let's get that Grammy. Let's get that Grammy. I strongly believe in Kenya and the talent that we have. And I mean, I've seen you guys. You're doing an amazing job. And I'm sure if you're watching and you're watching their talent as well, talk to us. Tell us what you feel about Hornsphere and congratulate them. The hashtag is Easy Friday. We'll be airing some of your messages later on. But for now, let's move on to the next request. So are you guys going to perform me something of your choice? Now I've been asking, so now you guys should perform something that you want to perform.
We can perform the songs that many people don't know we played, like Nairobi.
Oh, Nairobi. Okay, let's listen to that.
Ben Sol.
Let's listen to that.
1, 2, 3.
I'll be tired of clapping very soon, but I mean, this is it, I have to say. You know, I really think that you guys are incredible. There's some messages that have come in. The best Rihanna song I'd wish they played was I Love the Way You Lie. That's a request that's coming from Rana. So music or California King. Love the way you lie. You know that song? Eric looks a bit skeptical.
I'm trying to remember the song.
The next message says, I really enjoy their art, and I'm watching from Laikipia, waiting for them to play. I mean, they're still waiting for you to play, so I guess you have to play one last one before we wrap up. I love the way you lie.
I love the way
it's more rap.
It's more rap? Yeah. Okay, fine. Is it the one for I Can't Tell You Where It Really Is? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, Riri and Eminem.
It's fine. You guys have played. You guys have played enough, so I can just say, you know, it's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been amazing. Congratulations once again on the award.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to seeing more and more of you, more awards, you know, more music, more albums, and the Grammy very soon.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Any message to your fans?
Stream Shere EP on all online platforms.
That's it.
Digital platforms. I'm Kimber Sax.
Make sure you
play
the music.
This is an alto saxophone.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, so make sure you stream the music, support them, and big up to Hornsphere. Thank you for coming.
Hornsphere to the world, thank you.
Good night, take care, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Shiksha Arora signing out. Bye.
Jumapili hii kwenye runinga ya KBC, ungana naye Askofu Michael Wanderi wa kanisa la Christian Foundation Fellowship Kiambu kuanzia saa 1 hadi saa 2 asubuhi.
Ningetaka nikwambie, our Jehovah God, because the Bible says he is the same yesterday, today and forevermore. He is able to take you to a place of abundance. He is able to take you to Rehoboth in the name of Jesus Christ.
Kipindi ni neno la neema, ukiletewa naye Askofu Michael Wanderi wa kanisa la Christian Foundation Fellowship Kiambu. Usikose.